Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
Yeah, man, that is right. Keep playing, man. Or woman, if you play guitar. Welcome in, everybody. It is Sunday's Community Jam, and today, being that it is the anniversary of the passing of Eddie Van Halen, October 6th, 2020 was the day. And so here we are on the day 4 years later, and we thought what better way to give some tribute than to dedicate today's Community Jam to the king, Mr. Edward Van Halen. We are going to be kicking back and playing some Van Halen tunes and some other tunes mixed in there, but today will be about remembering where we all got our start, at least where I got my start. One of the biggest influences ever, Mr. Edward Van Halen. So, miss you, Eddie. Just hit play, like you said, man. There you are. So, let's go. We got all the boys in here. We've got Mr. Randy the Ripper. Welcome in, sir. We got Signature Trev over there. What is going on, Trev? We've got down there on the bottom, we've got John DeShane is here. Welcome in. And we've got the long-awaited return of R2, R3 locking up from his sabbatical. And we also have Mr. Jimmy Bider. What's up? So welcome in, boys. We have got some cool tunes ready to go for everybody today. And yeah. I think first and foremost, though, we should come over here and we're going to thank our channel members. We do have channel membership available on the channel. If you would like to help support us in that manner, we greatly appreciate it. Helps us to continue to do the things that we do, and want to give a big shout out to all of the members who've been helping us out, old and new, and the list is growing. We thank you, each and every one of you. We appreciate all the support. What a rocking community that we've got, and we thank you, man. Each and every one of you.
That makes you
right on. So let's get on over to the chat, and we'll see who is here. And, oh man, they were ready to bounce out of there, weren't they? First off, let me say thank you to Greasy Monkey Guitars, member for 13 months, saying hey good people, and Bent Tom, member for 9 months. Keep playing, man. You got to keep playing, or I'm gonna come find you. That's right. Thank you both. Let's go ahead and scroll on up and we'll see. There you go. So, didn't give you the chance there, John, so appreciate that.
I took it.
First that I see in here is Florida Claimers Ted. Good to see you, Mr. Ted.
Teddy.
Right behind him is channel member Rob Blackmore Official. Appreciate all your support over the past several months there, Rob, or I can say years now, right?
Nice.
Let's see. R2R3 in the chat and on the panel. We've got channel member Way Man Joe is here. Good to see you.
Joe.
And our Patty Dill, our member with the mostest, is saying hello to the crew. Nice, right on, Patty. Good to see you and welcome in. Channel member Zach Thong is here and hanging out. Right on, Zach. Let's see. Jimmy Bider, channel member in the chat and on the panel. What's up? Let's see. We've also got channel member Paul McNary saying hey to everybody. Good to see you, Paul. Let's see. We said hey to Way Man Joe, and we're going to say hey to channel member Hillary, saying happy Sunday, y'all. Good to see you. Let's see. We've got channel member Pete Estevez is here. Hey everyone, R.I.P. Eddie, legends never die.
Nice.
Got that right. Let's see, we've got channel member Japal is here. Good to see you.
Okay.
We said hey to Pete. There's channel member El Barget. Greetings and what's-ups to all of you. Right on. We've got Fruitcake Tony hanging out. Right on, Fruitcake. Tried to watch the show last night, but it was quite delayed, so I'm gonna have to catch the replay. But he had one of the bass player with the mostest on last night. And
cool.
any of you guys catch that? You know who it was?
A little bit.
Billy Sheehan.
Billy Sheehan was on with me. Right on. So if you missed it, like I did, go back and hit the replay. I was in and out here and there, but looked like it was a good time. Let's see. Gary, channel member, Getter 1952 is here. Good to see you, Gary. Let's see. Get her. Scrolling on down, we've got Steve Resors here, channel member. Good to see you, Steve. Hip Metalworks, channel member and mod for the channel. Hip Metalworks, good to see you, Ken. Let's see, there's another mod on the channel, Arkansas, and channel member, saying hello, everyone. Good to see you, Arky. Let's see, we said hey to Gary. Scrolling down, we said hey to Pete. There's Mitch Heyman. What is going on? Mitch Heyman. He jumped in real quick to see if he could help us with some audio issues that one of the panel guests was having. Appreciate you, Mitch. All the community appreciates Mitch's support.
Mitch rocks.
Right on.
A lot of channels, would be having issues if it weren't for Mitch. He helped out R2 there quite a bit. He's been helping out Charles, and big support to the channel. Thank you, Mitch. Glad to have you. Let's see. Paul McNary, we said hey to. Scrolling on down. There's channel member Bent Tom. We said hey.
What's up, Tom?
And there's channel member Dory McMahon. Right on. Wishing the whole Sunday Guitar Jam bunch a wonderful day. Right back at you. Hope yours is fantastic. Let's see. We said hey to Steve. Scrolling on down. We said hey to Mitch. Coming on down. We got Brian Peterson saying hey there. R.I.P. EVH. Let's see. Who else do we got? Scrolling on down. We've got Stephen Monch-Maselli is here. Said he was lucky enough to see Eddie back in '79. We never heard anything like that before. Right on, man.
Nice.
We can all say that we were lucky enough to grow up in the time that Van Halen existed.
100%. Yep.
Let's see. Who else we got? We said hey to Arky. We said hey to Mitch. Said hey to Greasy Monkey Guitars.
Greasy.
And scrolling on down, we've got Brian Peterson. We said hey to. We said hey to Bent Tom. Patty Dill showing her support for the 14 months. Right on, Patty. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. And Bryce Regal right behind you, 11 months. Right on.
Yeah,
Thank you
Bryce.
very much, both of you. Patty says, always a great show. And Bryce says, great to see R2 back here. Right on.
That's right, Bryce.
At least somebody thinks so.
Record it, guys, because
Thank
it
you,
won't
Bryce.
be. You won't see him for the next 6 months.
Right. Nah, we love you, R2.
We do.
Dickard with Dave 2 is here. My memory is muddy. What's this river that I'm in? New Orleans is sinking, and I don't want to swim.
Show up, I feel like man.
Oh, that's
Tragically, yeah.
Tragically hip. Yeah, there you go. Bent Tom says Billy Sheehan was so amazing. So look down in the links down there. You'll see Fruitcake Tony's channel link. Go check out that replay with Billy Sheehan. Channel member Frank C is here saying hello to everyone. Eddie is going to stripe the sky. Right on, man. Channel member 96 Below. Welcome in. Let's see. There, Arky's got Fruitcake's link there. So click on that. Go sub. Andy Carson, channel member, our favorite firefighter from Station 5. Good to see you, Andy. Let's see. Who else is here? Steven, we said hey to. Frank C. Did we say hey to Frank C? Channel member?
Frank C.
We're going to say it
Hello,
right now. What is up, Frank?
Frank
the tank. Scrolling on down. Let's see, who else do we have? Channel member Martian Murray is here. Hey, yo, good to see him.
Hey, oh.
And we are caught up in the chat, so we are ready to go. We are ready. Anybody else that jumps in, says hello, we'll try to catch you. If you got anything interesting or questions or anything, any stories or anything, your Van Halen stories, how you got started playing guitar or anything like that, hit it in the chat and we'll try to catch it as we go through. But right now we are here to play. Who wants to go first? I got one ready to go.
Well, there you go.
Go for it. There you
Just
go, bro.
I'll buy that for $1.
Well, let's get started.
Holler.
Let's get started with some Van Halen tunes, man. Now, I've practiced this one last night and a little bit today, and I've played it perfectly every time. So this is going to be the time. This will be the time that I screw it up.
It ain't no thing.
It ain't
do
no
it.
thing
That's
but
what
to
you always
just do
tell
it,
me.
right? You all right? No thing but just to do it. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let me find it here. Let's do it.
That takes me back.
And like I said, as we play it live, we mess it up.
Oh, dude.
Oh, we are echoing. Where is that coming from?
Who touched buttons while we were
I
going?
don't know. Who did something? Somebody just corrected it. And it wasn't me.
It's going with
Test. 1, 2.
Speaking of test, 1, 2, we have the great Caleb from Nerd Halen is
One
here.
and only.
The one and only. What is up, Caleb?
Does that sound okay? Is that working?
We can hear you. Yes, sir.
Sounds wonderful, brother.
How does this? Does the track sound okay?
We can't hear a track.
Never mind. I'll just be watching.
Acapella version.
Well, how about what do you do for like a little solo spot when you play with Nerd Halen?
Oh, I don't know. God, I don't know. Hang on. Maybe I can turn this on in the speakers. Hang on.
We can do whatever, man.
How's everybody doing?
We're
Yeah, man.
we're all doing great, man.
Good to see you, bro.
Yeah, no we can
Sunday, Monday.
give you a bit of time. Don't have to
Yeah, man.
put you on the spot right away.
Let me see.
I think it sounds fine without a backing track and just listen to him play.
How's it this?
No, it's not about what we think. It's about what Caleb thinks.
Right.
Can you hear that?
A little bit. We could use some more volume.
More volume?
From the backing
The
track.
track.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh, hang on. Well, I guess I could aim the mic that way. Is that all right?
We can hear you. I mean,
Fuck. Ah, God. All right. Well, let's move on. And it's good to be here. And
well, thanks for jumping in, man.
yeah.
We could give you the floor and let you just kind of tinker around with some EVH style licks and whatever.
Well, I mean,
Sweet little medley.
Yeah, a little medley of something. That'd be great.
I don't know. Like,
We could jam to I've got a EVH inspired backing track.
There you go.
is it in standard or E flat?
It's in standard A minor.
Oh shit.
Is that gonna work or no?
You got to transpose on the fly.
Oh, I can't do that.
Thanks for coming out, brother.
Well, regardless of whether Caleb's able to play, it's great to have you here hanging out with us, man.
Awesome to have this guy here.
This is all about just sharing our love for Van Halen and Eddie and his playing. So
Exactly.
yeah, and
Better
Caleb,
to share it with.
Caleb didn't hear a word we said, I guess.
I didn't. What if I sent you? What if I sent you the track?
Well, that's what I was testing before when I had you try to play to the track that I had,
Latency.
and you just had so much latency. Yeah,
That sucks.
that's why I said it made you sound like you didn't know how to play.
Different words.
So it made
but
you
yeah.
sound like us, Caleb. You don't want
Right.
that.
That's the real thing. I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors over here. So let's see what you got.
You want to do a round of this track in A minor?
Yeah, hit it, John. Hit it. We'll let you start, and we'll kind of go from there.
Here it comes. finally get it
Nice.
sort of sorted and it's all ends.
Right. You ought to hit it again and just let Caleb play to do that the whole way.
Let me re-level this here a little bit. Just give me
It,
2
it
seconds.
was a little hot.
Is it good the way it is?
It was a little hot for
no,
me anyway.
Even now?
Oh, I can't hear the track now.
No, even the way it shouldn't be hot. Give me a second here. 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Can you mute me real quick?
I sure can. Absolutely. There you go. Carry on, man. We're enjoying it. Right on, man. Right on.
Go, Caleb.
Right on.
Right on, right on. Woo!
How long can you solo on rusty strings for?
That was awesome, man. That was awesome.
Thank you. No,
Thank you.
That's fun
Caleb's
try.
going to send me a bill for 10 grand after this, though.
Some expenses.
Right.
No.
No, that's awesome, man. So obviously today, is a sorrowful day for a lot of us. It marks the anniversary of Eddie's passing. So, for you to come on and just kind of show your joy of playing, what you've been inspired by. A lot of us know the story, but can you just tell us real quick, kind of where it came from for you with Eddie?
Oh man. Well, I don't know. I'm 55, so in 1982, I was really getting into rock and roll. I was into the Stones already and the Who, and I was getting like Circus magazines and Cream and Hit Parader and had posters on my wall and stuff. And Van Halen was definitely one of the top bands. And I think I saw a picture of their 1981 stage in a Los Angeles area venues book that had all the different venues and their capacities and their seating charts. And I was fascinated with stadiums for some reason as a kid. I used to draw like football stadiums and baseball stadiums, and I was into like architecture. And
Yep.
so I remember that book was fascinating because it showed me exactly all the seating layout and everything. But they had a picture of the Forum in L.A. and then a picture from each venue. They'd have a picture of an artist playing that, depending on whether it was sports or
Right.
or a concert. So for the LA Forum, they had Van Halen playing the Fair Warning tour, and they had that set up. And I just remember seeing the setup of the Fair Warning stage, and I was just like, "This is crazy!" 4 bass drums and
Yeah.
all the speakers, and I just was. From that moment, I was like, these guys are the real deal. And
Right.
and lo and behold, I started playing guitar on acoustic, and it wasn't really taken, and I kind of put it away. And then 6 months later, I was, for backstory, my dad was a screenwriter here in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and we had a lot of friends in the business, and one of the friends was the AD, assistant director, on One Day at a Time. And
Mm-hmm.
we would go to those show tapings, 78, 79, 80, 81, and just sit in the studio audience and blah, blah, blah. And so 83 rolls around, and we get invited, and it's the last taping of this season, so there's something called a wrap party. So the taping itself takes like 3 hours of time, and for a 22-minute episode, ironically.
Right.
And because they're constantly reshooting and having the studio audience work with them and blah, blah, blah. So I kind of got there and immediately jumped out of my seat and slipped around the sound stage to the back area, and there was a green room set up right behind the stage itself, and it had a bunch of director's chairs and a video monitor of the action out front, and it had all the actors that were involved on their little chairs. They had their names on their chairs, and then there was one that said Eddie on it, and I ran into the kid on the show, Glenn Scarpelli, and he was super nice, I think, because I was a kid, and he works with adults all day, and I said, "Is he going to be here?" Pointing to the Eddie chair, and he said,
Right.
Who Eddie? Yeah, you want to meet him? And minutes later, Eddie walked in with Alex, and this is March of 1983, so we're a few months away from the US Festival. We're a few months past a month past the South American tour.
So you were how old at this time? 83?
13 years old.
13 years old,
13 and a
yeah.
half. And, just learning about all the rock and roll and music, but I was so into like the Who. I just knew everything about the Who, and was learning more about Van Halen, but I didn't really know why. I knew he was considered the best, but I didn't know why, because I didn't listen close enough. And so they walk in, and basically the next 3 hours I sit in that green room area with Eddie Van Halen and Alex Van Halen, and Alex's fiance at the time, and then Valerie was in and out because she was obviously working, and then all the actors were in and out working, and
Right.
but it was just me and Ed and his brother, and they I remember they would leave every 20 minutes or something, and I maybe to go smoke a cigarette, but it might have been to go do something a little extra.
Right. Yeah.
Let's do a bump.
Exactly. So let's not do it in front of the kid, but
Right. Yeah.
but it was surreal. I mean, the thing I remember most was that he was so present and talkative and down to earth and interested in like me as a person, like what I did, what I was, where I grew up in town, like where I was going to school, what sports I was playing. Like, he's asking me all these questions you'd ask a kid just anyway. And,
Right.
And it just shocked me because I'm like, wait, you're the like most famous guitar player in the world, and you're treating me like a person. It's so strange. And that's really what I got most from that night was how you should just deal, be a responsible adult with kids,
Right.
and not even for your legacy, just in general, because
Right.
a little goes a long way. And the way he was able to treat me, and his brother was great, although he told a lot of dirty jokes, and too dirty for a 13-year-old maybe, but I think he enjoyed shocking me.
Right. Yeah.
Good old Uncle Alex.
Yes. But it stayed with me forever. That he
Oh yeah.
for
I
sure.
can
Yeah.
imagine.
could be
Right in
that
the
cool.
formative years, yeah.
Yeah.
Could that be that cool? And because it's either one of two ways. He could be a dick, and then that kid would remember that
Right.
forever, and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
kid would go on saying, "Wow, Eddie Van Halen was a dick," or he could just be himself, which I believe he was being, and who knows what's going to happen. And
So it's interesting how that really could have been a turning point in your own life. If he had been a dick to you, you'd be like, I'm never listening to them again.
well, maybe,
And then
Well,
everything would be different.
You didn't attack him with like guitar questions, right? You were just
Well, I Beat It was just out, it was one of the big songs, so I got the whole story on Beat It and how that came about.
cool.
And he was like in a week or so about to record with Brian May, so he was talking about that. He was excited about the Starfleet project that come out. He was talking about it.
Wow.
And his studio was just completed. He was talking a lot about his new studio, and that they were already working on the next record, which was obviously 1984. And
Right.
so, to go from March until the end of the year, knowing that this record was coming, and I'd never been more excited about an album coming, because he was talking about the things
Right.
we were doing that
It's like
night.
you've got inside information and you're waiting for it. Yeah.
I felt
I
like
suppose you probably showed him a riff that he later put on the album. You wrote it before
No,
him, didn't you?
Right. Look, what was the coolest thing?
Oh.
What the blessing in all of it was that night there was nothing Van Halen related for him. He was
Right.
not at a show. He was not at a meet and greet. He wasn't there for himself. There was no guitar anywhere. He was just hanging out because his wife was working, and he was just Ed. And
I'm really surprised that he didn't bring one just to kind of noodle on, while he was back waiting.
right.
I mean, I don't think that was his style. Like, I think when it was her thing,
It was about her. Yeah.
I don't think he wanted to take any of the spotlight away or have a crowd around him, like
Right.
create a commotion. I'm sure if he
Yeah.
had a guitar, people would be,
Crowding around. Yeah.
losing their minds. But that was the special part for me, was that it had nothing to do with guitar that night.
Yeah.
But when I left and went home, first I thought, like, I'm friends with Eddie Van Halen. And second, I was like, well, I'm going to listen a little closer to these records and see what the whole hubbub is about. And, but the next day I was like, get me an electric guitar, Mom and Dad, like it had to happen. And in a few weeks I had one, and then I just was so focused and on not even learning the songs and the solos. I just was fascinated with his feel and his touch, and that was to me where I wanted to get myself to, as far as a passion. The passion became, how does he get that sound on a guitar? Because it was obvious right away that no one else could get that sound. And so many tried, so many people were trying to do it. Like you heard the flash dance solo. Remember you heard that flash dance solo and you're like, what, dude, stop.
Right.
You're not doing, it doesn't sound like it.
You're right. Yeah.
And you heard Angus, making fun of it, in that one solo. He's making fun of the tapping, but I don't know. It became the passion of my life. Like, I missed so much of my teen years because I was home playing and practicing and dicking around and just trying to get there. So,
well, obviously it's
that's
paying
the story.
off.
That's the story. Yeah, well, it took a long time. I didn't know what to do and how to use it right.
And you're left-handed, correct? I mean,
Yes, I'm lefty with like everything except guitar.
the guitar.
Wow.
That's wild,
Wow.
man.
It is.
Well, sounding great.
Thanks.
So when is the next appointment for Nerd Halen?
Great question. Right now we have no future booking on the docket, so I'm kind of looking at different agencies, and we're kind of revamping that part of it. So we might. The most likely thing is our next gig will probably be New Year's Eve in Dallas again.
Gotcha.
So it's not for sure, but I've been told that that's what they want. So hopefully that'll be.
Well, cool.
And then hopefully we'll line a bunch up for 2025, but
Well, hopefully you've been doing some further reaching with the band recently too. You made your way over to the was it the Carolinas or Tennessee you came to?
Yeah, we did Gatlinburg again with the Monsters on the Mountain Music Festival, and that's the Monsters of Rock cruise people. So hopefully we'll get back on the cruise someday. I don't think it's going to happen this next year, but maybe in 26. I don't know. But the whole it's a whole society of fans that follow the Monsters of Rock cruise and the Monsters on the Mountain Music Festival thing. So and they're yeah.
We dropped you for a second.
Yeah, so those people are really, like, that's probably been our biggest break was getting on the Monsters of Rock cruise and getting to all those people, and they're all very nice. And
well, all the clips that I've seen of the shows looks like it's a really fun time, and I would really love to be able to make a show at some point. I was gonna try to get to the one in the Tennessee that you had, but that was like a VIP thing or something or another.
Yeah,
and
it was a little bit weird the way they did it, but we'll do it again, and and hopefully we'll just get to something near you, and
we'll keep a watch on the schedule.
The most fun thing about it is meeting everybody I've met online, and have them show up. And
we caught Andy on Under the Bus show, which there's a link down in the description for the Under the Bus channel, which Caleb is on quite a bit.
Yes,
and Andy seemed to have a really good time.
Andy was my little shadow grip, and it was great to meet him. And
did you have him working security too, keeping the all the groupies away? And
oh yeah, I mean nonstop. So I can't even concentrate.
You can't even move somewhere without the groupies.
It's great.
Yeah,
no.
Boobs everywhere.
Boobs everywhere. Yes,
right.
boobs.
And those are just the dudes. So
Exactly.
And the problem with that now is all the people that listen to the Van Halen music are in their 50s and 60s, so they're old, saggy dude boobs. So
pretty much.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm definitely learning this.
Right.
It's an older crowd.
Well, Caleb, we're very thankful that you came on, and like I said, just to kind of show your appreciation for Ed on this day, and just kind of help us in our tribute today. We appreciate you jumping on, man.
I appreciate everyone keeping it going, because we're all in this crazy cult, and it's a worthy cult, because this guy, man, like touched so many people. There's so many people just like me who met this guy once, you know, when they were little, and their whole lives changed. And even the people that didn't meet him, you know, their lives were changed just hearing it and seeing it. And and it's just a miracle. It's a miracle that it all happened the way it did. And, and
for me, it was all about the joy that I saw that he was having playing this music that he loved.
Always smiling.
And, you know, it made me want that, you know.
I mean, that's funny because when people say, like, he's the only one smiling when he plays, and I'm like, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
if you could play like that, you know?
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm so fucking good. Look at me. Fuck you.
If you can make those sounds and that you know, I mean, we'll never see anything like it again. There's so many great guitar players. There's so many great lead players. So many great rhythm players. So many great songwriters. So many great stage performers. So many great musicians that can play multiple instruments. So many great producers.
It's funny, you know, the one thing that I noticed quite well, I kind of always knew it, but I saw it on some Instagram story or something. Outside of the genius level musicianship and songwriting and, you know, the whole package, how strong his hands were. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how strong those things. And I've got the SL, I've got the Eddie amp here, the SL68. There's no fucking, you know, it's like, Jesus Christ, you know how hard it is to make that thing sound anywhere near what he made it sound like?
No.
And it's all the stuff. It's a perfect Eddie clone, but it's in the hands, right? It's totally in the hands.
Yeah, he sounds like him when he's not plugged in, you know. Like
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
just what he's doing. And
Yep.
I saw the video of him again playing through an iPad or something, whatever they had him hooked up to. And I was like, it sounds like him, you know?
Yep.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He said,
doesn't matter.
like he used to say, for better or worse, sounds like us.
Yep, for sure.
The point being that there's all those different facets of guitar playing and music and stagecraft and gear and tone and everyone has maybe something here and there, but he's the only guy. He's like the Willie Mays of guitar. He's the only guy to have it all. He's got it all.
Yep.
No one played better. No one had a better sound. No one looked better on the field. You know, no one had the cooler gear. No one, you know, wrote the best songs. No one. I mean, it was all in that one human.
Yep.
And
He was the one that everybody was trying to be.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. That's why.
Game
That's
changer,
why
man.
That's why he's the greatest. And people can argue all they want.
The
Jeff
GOAT.
Beck and
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix, whatever. They didn't have all those other things. No one can name 5 Jeff Beck songs.
When I listen to all those other guitar players, it does not make me feel like it does when I listen to a Van Halen tune.
No.
You know, I'm like, okay, yeah, that's good. David Gilmour, maybe, is coming up close. And then Jerry Cantrell, Alice in Chains, close. But, you know, none of those other players make me feel like I feel when I listen to Eddie.
No Keith Richards or anything like that.
Right. No. And none of them had a brother that could play the way he played, and that's the secret.
Man.
You know, that's the sauce is the two of them.
Absolutely.
That dynamic.
All right.
Well, yeah, man. So happy to have you hang out if you like.
Yeah, brother.
We're going to continue on. Let me get over to this real quick. Stephen Franklin throwing it out for us today. Stephen Franklin, $10 super chat to say, what is up, OU812 crew? And hello to everyone.
Nice.
Good to see you, Mr. Franklin. And thank you for the channel support, man. Thank you very much. We've kind of been negligent of the chat over here. We feel like we've been leaving them out, but good conversation, good story there with Caleb. Man. Let me see. Bo, Guitar Man 45 channel member is here. He says, saw Van Halen live in 78, opened for Journey and Montrose. 2 months later, he opened for Sabbath and totally blew them away. He smoked a Marshall on that show. Right on. I read an article recently that Ozzy was talking about Eddie, and he was talking about how great they were when they opened and just blew Black Sabbath off the stage. Even Ozzy admitted it.
Oh yeah, that band broke up because of Van Halen.
Let's see what else is going on in the chat here. We got CC is here. Good to see you, CC, channel member. Andy Carson saying that's right. That's right. Right on. Let me see if there's anybody else that we missed coming in. We got No Man's Land channel member 770,000 in the chat. It's 81.
Whoa.
810,000 in the chat now.
Nice.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. Let's see. Anybody else that we've missed coming on in? We got Wayne McConnell is here. Says, what a gift he was. Man, you got that right. We, like I said earlier, we are all just so fortunate to grow up in the time that Van Halen existed, to be able to witness it. And hopefully get to see them live. I saw them several times. First one was in 1991 when Alice in Chains opened for them. And I've said it many, many times. That's probably the absolute best concert that I've ever been to. Alice in Chains was up and coming. And I was like, man, these guys are fantastic. And then to follow that up with Van Halen after it, best concert ever.
Show. Yeah.
Yeah. How many times did you ever get to see them, Caleb?
About 15.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Damn.
So yeah, I was a little nuts, especially.
They were friends, right? They were tight. So
He was your buddy.
No, I just chasing them, like,
Yeah.
like it's like I'm, Richard Dreyfuss in Close Encounters,
So, be honest, were you always the guitar player in the audience that was just watching Eddie play? You're not jumping up and down cheering, you're just watching him play?
Well, I mean, my seats weren't always that great, so it's kind of hard to. I just was like, wow, it's really loud, because just about I saw them indoors every show except for the very last one.
Yeah.
Which sounded amazing at the Hollywood Bowl. The very last show sounded so good, and it was like, wow, they should play outdoors all the time.
Outside all the time, yeah.
Yeah, because I really think they kind of, went over the top loud indoors. The first time I ever saw them was 1984 at the Forum, and it I was 14, and they were like playing to the cocaine tempos. And,
Yeah.
I didn't know what they opened with Unchained, and I didn't know. I was like, what is this? I don't even know what this is.
Right, it was so fast, yeah.
It was so fast, and
Yeah.
and it was the loudest thing. It's still the loudest show I've ever been to in my life. Was
Yeah.
1984, and I saw the 5150 tour from the front row, so I got to get a lot of FaceTime with the guitar right there. So that was interesting and surreal.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the later shows I saw like 3 of the 2012 shows, 1 of the 2015 shows. I saw 5 of the 2008, 2007 shows.
Yeah.
I missed 2004 for good reason. And
Yeah, I hear you didn't miss much on that one.
yeah, no, I didn't want to see that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was still the passion, and everyone's still flying the flag. So
Right on.
So out of like the 15 shows you saw, which one was the best? Like band firing on all cylinders, just the best one.
well, I mean, I didn't get to hear a lot of the songs I loved on the 5150 tour, but I thought as far as the energy and the happiness, and they were returning to LA, and obviously being in the front row on the rail, that was probably the coolest experience of seeing them, because like when you're front row, you're the first thing they see, and and you're seeing it like it's a window, but you can reach out and touch them, and I thought that was probably the best experience. I mean,
Right on.
the 1984 tour was loud, and I eventually caught up to speed with it, but I mean, and that stage was so sick looking. It looked like a spaceship, and I still remember the yellow pants and the black vest and the 150 guitar, and I was just like, there he is, like it was,
Yep.
it's like a superhero.
Yep.
Not like one, literally
A superhero, yeah.
You know,
It's like Dweezil Zappa said.
Exactly.
You know, when he came over to his house, it's like you open the door and you see this superhero walking
yeah,
up.
Might as well have a
Yeah.
smoke machine, you know.
Right.
that it's walking through. So
Exactly.
that was great. Some of the shows in 2008, like I went to MSG in May of 2008, where he'd come back.
Thank you, CC.
He came back from his rehab. You know, they shut that tour down for like 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and it was really bad. And he came back clean, and I saw that show at Madison Square Garden, and that was pretty phenomenal. Because when he's clean and ripping, it's night and day.
Right.
And plus you're excited that he's better, you know. he's like actually gonna live maybe. So that was a good one. And yeah.
So all of them really are good. I mean,
All of them are good. But there were some bad ones, but that was just because
Yeah.
he was in bad shape, you know.
yeah.
A few of
The
them.
one that I saw, I guess it was one of the earliest ones when they came through Phillips Arena. The PA
07.
shut down during his solo, and Dave sounded horrible. What year was it?
That was February 10th, 2008.
Yeah, because evidently Randy saw it too.
I was there.
That was in the last throes. Like he was so gone.
Yeah.
I remember watching YouTube every
Yeah.
night, every day after a show. I would go on YouTube just to see how that one went, because I saw them in December in Anaheim, in December 18th, and it was the worst thing I'd ever seen. And he was in such bad shape, like it was scary. I didn't think he would live long after that night.
Yeah, I can remember Sammy at one time saying, if you ever saw Ed and he was really, really skinny, that means he was in bad shape.
Yep.
You know, he
You
was.
can just tell by obviously the licks he's playing, you know, during the evening. Like if he's just doing, you know, if he's doing that, like you're in trouble, you know. Like you're not gonna have a great night.
The running joke on the 04 tour on the old VH Links forums was if Ed come out with the samurai hairdo, you were in trouble. So I saw him in Atlanta on 04, and like he was fine, and then Al did his drum solo and Eddie come out with the samurai cut. I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah.
Well, you could tell. I could always tell just by the shape of his mouth. If his mouth was like open and hanging, and he wasn't smiling,
Yeah.
then he was gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so
You know, and obviously it's nothing that you condone, you know, substance abuse or whatever he was on, but I mean, obviously the guy was going through a lot, you know, as we know, you know, he was probably a lot worse off than a lot of us knew for a long, long time, you know, and watching the behind the music with the Wolfgang on whatever, you know, it obviously went back quite a ways, and, you know, so not to condone what he was doing, but you can certainly understand that the guy, you know, had a lot going on in his life, and, you know, just a lot of worries that he had with health issues and so forth. So I guess some deal with it in certain ways, and that was his way of dealing with what he had going on at the time. But all in all, the whole package of his music, his musicianship, you know, all of us are just so very, very thankful to have it and experienced it, and like you being able to meet him, that's just so awesome. You know, for me, the Live Without a Net, you know, I wore that thing out watching that over and over and over again. So that was kind of my introduction to what they were like live, other than seeing the videos or whatever that they had for, you know, like 1984 or whatever. But, and then so I knew that he was always on this side of the stage. So when I went to the first concert, it was general admission. So you get in early and you get to wherever you want. So that's directly where I went, was that side of the stage. And so first time seeing him, I was right up against the stage, right on his side. And one of the things that I can remember being so impressed with is, you know, you see him play on TV or videos or whatever, but to see it right up in front of you and the reach that he had, on his hands. I can remember seeing that live, and I was like, "Holy crap! Look at that reach that he's got!" Just inspiring, the stuff that he could get out of those guitars, man.
Yeah, the hands were like not normal hands,
No.
especially on a 5'8" gentleman. You know, it's
Yep.
he was.
That Live Without a Net show was lightning in a bottle, man.
Well,
What's up, Sables? Good to see you.
it was a game changer for everyone who was, you know,
Good to see you, Sable.
following him, because
Yeah.
it's the first like real evidence of his technique that you could
Yeah.
decipher and dig into, because
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, we all know that solo in that video is definitely his best video live solo ever captured.
Yep.
And
Yep.
even though, you know, a lot of people want to argue that he was much more on fire in 79 and 80, and, you know, like those solos were probably, but we don't have those. We don't have a
Yeah.
video of that. So I'm sure it's true, but
Yeah.
But
The feeling and everything that he conveyed with that solo, the joy that that's just
and
top
there's
notch.
like there's a compression on that tone that he has in there, like what you can hear, where you're like, oh my god, like it's the
It is
top.
right now, CMBR. So
Yeah, yeah, talk show. Yeah, so I love, you know, I figured out the whole hummingbird, you know,
Sure.
just by watching that video. Like, I didn't know what he was doing, and then I would pause it, and I would try to make my hand
Hold your
look
hand,
exactly like his, and then I would go,
Yep.
he's not doing this, he's rotating,
rotating,
anchoring his forearm, you know, and
Yeah.
and that's what he's doing. And so it's almost like he didn't want to give away any of his secrets, but then he was like, screw it, let him have
Well,
it.
the funny thing is too is about that show is how, I mean, he was drunk. I mean, there's no two ways about that. But how relaxed he was,
Yeah.
and how he was playing like 5150, the intro, and he's got banners all over him, and
Charles,
you know, he's not
Casino.
even paying attention to what's going on down here.
Yeah.
And
right.
and
they
and-
shot the one the night before, and he wasn't drunk. Like, and
Yeah, yeah.
so, and then so they basically, like, he let it fly, and, you know, yeah. I mean, there was a time when he could totally
do it. Yeah.
do it that way, and did it that way all the time. But
Yeah.
like anything, it
But even when he
catches up.
went, even when he screwed up, he always landed on his feet. Like, he would turn something around into the most killer thing you ever thought of, right? Like, you know, even some of his pacing on the 5150, the harmonics and all that stuff. Fuck,
the
man.
solo in 50.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know if he ever played that solo again like that or anything close
No.
to it. You know, mixing.
But then, you know, the next tour around, you see him on Monsters of Rock in Tokyo there, and he did something equally as cool but different.
different. Yeah,
right,
Yeah.
right.
it's whatever's flowing at the time, you know.
I think that's what he enjoyed doing was because that saying is, if you're thinking, you're stinking, and
Yep.
it's not, you can't
Yeah.
you can't think, you know, you just got to be you, and sure,
Let the force flow through you.
The connection.
you know,
The connection with
signatures
Al,
type
you know.
solos, but
Yeah.
he just knows, oh, I'm in this box, I can go anywhere in this box,
Yeah.
and I know.
And the
I know
connection
where-
with Al, you know, just looking at him, and
Yeah.
they'd follow him along, and Mikey's just right behind following Al. Okay.
Well, let's play some more tunes, dudes. Randy, you ready to rip one out? No? R2, you ready?
No, let's get warmed up again. My fingers are.
Get warmed up again. Well, one of you's got to go.
Well, giving us less than 12 hours notice is probably not the best thing for Van Halen. I'm not a Van Halen guy at the best of times, and I saw
Well,
that, and I'm like, have fun, boys.
It was all tunes that everybody has played before. So We got 81,000 watching.
81,000.
Yeah. They're all here for Caleb. So
Go for it, R2.
appreciate you, Caleb.
All right, well, I got to switch guitars then.
Okay. Well, let's switch guitars. So speaking of switching guitars, Caleb, hopefully we can get you on for a Thursday. We can talk about that new broom that you've got.
Oh yeah.
Have you got that thing sorted yet?
Yeah. Oh, great.
I heard you playing some Summer Nights on it. Sounded pretty damn good.
Yeah, I've got competition for summer nights now.
Caleb's like Tommy Lee. He's got to get dropped into the cockpit.
So here's what I love though. Check out the end. He doesn't have a headstock, but he's got a pencil taped to the end.
Oh yeah. Well, the pencil is my trademark. So.
Right?
Got a real hot
This
mic
thing-
there.
This thing.
Hey, he's
Sound good?
Somebody change the lights.
Yes, I'm digging this a lot.
Right on, man. That thing sounds cool. Those EMGs, they just have that Steinberger growl that he had
Yep.
on that Live Without a Net, man.
How do you find the neck, Caleb?
I find it nice. Like
Yeah.
yeah, when I first got it, I was like, the action's a little too high up here, but I just kept playing it, and Jeff told me that this was the same action that Eddie had on his. So
And a lot of that is because, when you change the keys, especially when you go down, you get slack on the strings. So
You need a bit of room there.
you got to have a little bit of room. Yeah.
Are you
So
going
you-
to do? Are you
now
going to
you-
learn Pleasure Dome?
yeah, I was. That's one of the things I want to learn, but
Yeah. That's
I'm not
awesome.
sure-
I
I'm
love
not even
that.
sure where he goes on the trans trim on that. So because I've seen people do it on a standard guitar. So
I think he just uses it just to pitch down. Pete says that Ed have his own Steinberger model. No, he did not. He did take the trans trim off of Steinberger's and put it onto some of his Wolfgangs.
yes,
Speaking of killer solos, that Summer Night solo on Live Without a Net.
oh yeah.
Fuck off, man. Really?
R2 has graced us with his presence once again, so I think that he is going to do well. We'll just have to listen to hear what he has here.
That sounds awesome.
R2, R3, everybody.
Trouble struck me away. When I say that you're leaving, I don't wanna hear that talk. Stand disbelieving me when I just up and watch. Out of love again. Once again. Ooh, live it up, treat me like a
Right on, R2, man. That was
What a
smoking.
debacle. No,
Oh, that was good.
I couldn't
man. It
hear
was all
myself, man.
good. Oh, well, we could hear you. It sounded good.
Oh, man.
Just like the old days.
That was awful.
Just like the old days. CC
Oh, my
throwing
goodness.
it out there for you, saying fire.
Thanks, man. But
Right on, CC. Thank you for the support, man. So I'm gonna keep things going. I'm scared to play this in front of Caleb, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Let's see. Caleb may
I'm about to roll, so go ahead.
may chastise me here. Since he broke out his Steinberger, I figured I'd break mine out too.
There you go.
So let's see what we can do here.
yeah, man.
Caleb, I know why they would always play that very early on in the show.
Yeah.
Because it is so high energy, man, that every time I play it, I'm like, oh, I'm shaking after. It's like adrenaline's pumping. It's such a fun song to play, man.
And you notice Ed was like 3 or 4 inches away from Al.
Right? Yeah.
He's just watching him the whole time.
And they played it 10 times faster, you know.
Yep.
Cocaine.
That last thing, that wow, fuck.
Still got a lot of parts to work on in that song, but who cares? It's all about the smiles, right?
I just learned that.
Wrong. No.
Wrong.
There you go.
There you go. It's really a simple song. You just got to get that timing and the groove right. And that's the hardest part.
Athletic workout.
I don't know if that's right or not, but it sounds pretty close.
That's
And the thing
a
that
very old part. That's like from the.
yeah, old.
Yeah.
And the thing that was even greater about that is they'd be doing it at mock speed, and then he would be improvising with the bar instead of doing a hammer on up to the whatever B. You just pull it up sometimes, right?
Yep.
What a guy, man! What a guy.
It's addictive. It's addictive playing one of these guitars, Caleb. I'm sure you figured that out by now.
I have figured it out. And,
Yeah.
Now the question is, can anybody write anything else? Because I think Eddie got all the good ones.
He got all the good licks, man. He got all the good ones.
yeah.
The fire in the hole. You know, what is that? Something like that, right?
And then when he goes in the basement is the best part.
Oh, I don't even know if I do that right. It's just kind of what I've heard.
And it's not even what he's playing; it's the groove and the greasiness
Yeah.
and all that
Yeah.
stuff, man. And he's down there, and it's low and grungy.
Yep.
It's fuck yeah.
Yep, all the chunky. Good stuff, man.
Oh, yeah.
Boys, I gotta go.
Brian Peterson, you're welcome.
Awesome
Well,
having you here, brother.
Thanks for jumping in, Caleb. We really appreciate it. Thank you for the story too, man.
Sure.
I'm back soon. I'm back soon.
EVH forever. EVH forever.
Right on, man.
Forever, man.
Right on. Big thank you to Caleb, everybody. Thanks for coming on out. Say man.
Thanks, Caleb.
Caleb, of the mighty. So we're echoing again.
I blame R2.
Yeah, it's probably R2. There we go. Yep, he just fixed it. All right, Randy,
Dusty's-
you ready? You got to be because you're the only one left.
Looks like Jimmy's chomping at the bit. No pun intended.
So what you're saying is I don't have a choice.
We can have Jimmy kind of break the tones up and bring us something else. What do you got?
It looks like he's ready for something.
What do you got, Jimmy?
Come on, Randy. Jesus.
Fine. It's going to happen anyway.
All right. Randy Price, everybody.
I fucked mine up.
I hope the track is loud enough.
Randy, that was badass.
That was fucking epic, buddy.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
About 3 hours of practice on that one.
And you know, he's never played that here before. I messaged, and I'm like, hey, you got a Van Halen? He's like, oh, I'm chained. I can maybe practice it. You just killed it, man. You just killed it.
Well, it's one of those deals with, I don't mind butchering stuff, in my opinion. But Van Halen is one of those, is like, you're going to play it right. I didn't play that right, but
You were almost 100% there. You got through the solo, and I know you, in your head you're going, "Fuck, I made it," and then you hit a fucking shit chord.
Well, the solo is two takes put together.
Right.
Yep.
So there's a timing thing in there,
Yeah.
and then the intro. When he plays that, there's actually 5.
5. Yep.
Yeah.
But when you have a clicking you in, you can't
Yeah.
play the 5th or you're whacked out of time.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the rip.
Yep. Yeah.
That was awesome, Randy.
Good
That
old
sounded
Edward,
great.
buddy.
Sounded great, man.
Thank you.
So we had this from a while back, and I missed it. Cheryl, thank you so very much. Little $10 super sticker from Cheryl Locke. Thank you so much for the channel support. We appreciate it. And let's get back over to the chat. And Cheryl right there saying that was fantastic, Randy.
Yeah.
Dory says that was awesome. Right on. Keith Campbell's here. What's up, Keith? Saying great job, Randy. Arky says killed it. Right on, man. Even impressed CC. Says, damn, son. Sound System 504 channel member is here. Welcome in.
Nice.
Let's see. Anybody else that I've missed? Cowboys fan 1965 channel member is here as well. Channel member Scott Brockway's found his way here. Sean Hockey is here. Right on. Good to see you. No Man's Land. Did we say hey to No Man's Land? We did now. Channel member
Nice.
Sable's music video channel member has made their way in. Right on. Thank you for being
Good to
here.
see you, Sable.
Let's see, scrolling up here just a bit, see if anybody else. I think we said hey to Brian Peterson. We're going to say hey again. Dahlia Mendez, channel member.
What up, girlfriend?
Girlfriend is here. Right on. Good to see you. And if I've missed you in the chat, we got Proto is here. Good to see you. 5150 is the number of institutions code, which allows an adult who's experiencing a mental health crisis to be involuntarily detained for 72-hour psychiatric hospitalization. That is correct. Thank you, sir. Let's see. Frank C. I think we said hey already. All the new folks that are here, good to see the new names. We got Rob Blackmore, official channel member. I don't know if we said hey to
Robbie,
him.
how you doing, brother?
Bent Tom, saw you
Tommy.
earlier. Welcome in, channel member Bent Tom. Yeah, if we've missed you, say hello down below. Adrian Gutierrez is here. Right on. Good to see you. Dan
Hope
Gorman.
you're doing well, Tommy.
Good to see you, Dan. And yeah, just say something down in the chat. We'll catch you if I've missed you. Scrolled up there for quite a bit there. Channel member Guitar or Samurai 1 is here. Right on. Good to see you hanging out. And Sound System 504. I think we just said hello. We're going to say it again. Channel member. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So, well, that was fun having Caleb here. You know, kind of going down some of the history and backstory of where he got started. It's interesting how all of us were kind of inspired in different ways. You know, like I said, for me, it was seeing Live Without a Net, just seeing the joy of Ed's playing. And, yeah, sorely missed.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie, McCollum Music, channel member. I need a 5150 after today's BS jobs. 96 Below, channel member, is here. Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out with us. All right,
It's funny.
Jimmy.
It's funny with Caleb, right? I mean, he's the perfect example of a guy that it really hit at that right time.
Mm-hmm.
And look what he's done with it, man. Like the amount of work he's put into Nerd Halen and, you know, dedication.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there you go. Fabulous player and all that. So it's it's awesome,
Well,
man.
Obviously, you can see the long-lasting passion and impact that he had on Caleb for sure.
Yeah, man.
And let's see. Cheryl says, whoever shared the 5150 comment, thank you for holding the light. McCollum Music, about to pack up. Are you headed to see Arkansas there?
Get home from work, I think.
Yeah. Arkansas says we need some biter. We do. We need some biter. You ready, Jimmy?
Sure.
Jimmy Biter, everybody. Ask and ye shall receive.
Awesome, Biter. Awesome.
Took a big old bite out of that one, didn't you?
Hell yeah.
That was awesome, man. Very cool. All right, anybody else got any tunes that they want to play? No? Well, I've got one last one that I want to do. And if you tune in to Thursdays on Trans Trim Thursday, a lot of times you will see this song played. It is one of my favorite Trans Trim songs to play, and one of my favorite Van Halen songs of all time. We're going to do it in tribute for Eddie right now.
Now I'll be out until the morning light, just hanging around living local parking lots. Oh, checking out all the girls, see what they got. Wow, 'cause they love it when me and the boys
Sweet.
Feeling like a hot summer night here tonight, baby. Yes. Well, that wraps up my portion of the Van Halen tribute songs. So let's do some rounds of some stuff, boys. Let's carry it on. Let's do. We do have some recommendations and advice from a very important guitar player, and this.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.
So that tells me that we just got to keep playing. We got to keep playing. John, you want to hit a track and go?
Want to hit a track?
You haven't had much playtime, so something that you want to play, John?
Oh, that's okay, man. It's a pleasure to watch guys that are as passionate about Eddie.
It's a pleasure to watch guys.
That too. Go ahead. Buddy.
I was going to say, before you hit it, though, let me get this real quick. Sound system, 504. Throwing it out there. Little $9.99 super chat to say cheers. Right on. Thank you for the support. Sound system 504. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
So Cheryl asked if we could play a slower one.
Right on.
Yeah. I think the summer nights
too much rock,
scratched
too much roll.
Bit for.
Let's do something a little moody. How's that?
Little announcement here, real quick. We got a couple of folks calling for some Alice in Chains. We can no longer do Alice in Chains because it shuts the video down. So we're waiting to see what happens with that. Because we'd like to do Alice in Chains, but YouTube shuts us down when we do it. So unfortunately,
that's a YouTube licensing deal.
Right.
Can't even go to Alice in Chains' YouTube and watch their official videos. So,
but if you're not in the U.S., you can enjoy it and play it.
Right.
Yeah, we could do a private stream for anybody that's in Canada. Come join us.
Or the rest of the world.
So you guys want to pick something? I'm going to take a quick break, rest my fingers, and I will be back.
What about that groovy
Let's do it. Let's do it.
That
Let's
C-sharp
do it.
track.
Let's do it.
glad that ended because I didn't know what key that was in.
C sharp minor.
C sharp minor.
No,
Gotcha.
it wasn't.
Jimmy's like, no, it wasn't. It was an E.
It actually is E major.
Cool.
If you want to go that route.
Cool.
That's probably
Very
one
nice.
of the best backing tracks John's pulled out of his ass in a while.
Right?
It's funny. I did a short. Not it wasn't. Was it a short? Yeah, a short of that. Like a month or two ago, when we played it. You and I, Randy, and nothing. Got nothing from you. No positive. Nothing.
Yeah, well, I figured out a lick to play in that key change, so it would be like a chorus that worked. So I just play it every time now.
Sounds good, man. Yeah, I think that one. The more we're getting familiar with it, the more real tasty stuff's coming out of there. The sorrowful fucking get you laid stuff back in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's see. This one says a slow. Somebody requested some slow stuff, so let's do a slow A minor.
Oh boy.
Maybe it's A minor.
No.
It's B.
How about B minor?
perfect amount of rounds for everybody.
Twice now that it's ended where it's supposed to.
Yeah, that was cool once I figured out what key it was. And even then, it was rocky for me.
Sounded good, man.
No Man's Land is everyone fishes from time to time. It's perfectly normal. All of us has been in that. I think I can pull it off state of mind where karma says, nope, you're not practicing enough.
Fuck
Just
you.
life. No, I can own up to it.
Try again.
Mistakes were made. Right on. It's all about the smiles, though, and we're all smiling.
It's funny too, because I mean, you're absolutely right. No amount of practice can really proof you from an off night. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. Your ears, your sound like shit, and just not inspired. And other times it's like you haven't played the guitar in a week, and you can play no wrong.
You just pick it up and everything's perfect. Yeah. All good. It's all good. Well, what do you boys say? Trev, who's the guest on Ben Coombs tonight? Is it Hosford?
The Hosford,
Simon
yes.
Simon Hosford. So that will be a good one.
Yes.
Look down in the description for the links, and you will find a link to Simon Hosford's channel. I believe it's the correct link. I think I needed to correct it. But anyway, he will be on Ben Coombs tonight. And he did the Live Without a Net solo. Played it note for note, along with, Eddie in the background. And just, right, it's just phenomenal. So make sure everybody checks out Ben Coombs' show tonight with Simon.
Simon is on.
Massive guitar player.
Simon is on another level. He's, a pure pro. Pro. Anything he puts his mind to, man, that guy can do it.
Yep, no doubt.
And a hell of a nice guy.
Super nice guy. He jumped on our show one night for the Guitar Arsenal. We were going over John's amp, I believe.
Jason, that was cool.
And he jumped on with Jason of Headfirst amplification.
I will say this: there is another night with Jason in the works.
Is there? Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Little behind the scenes work you're doing there, John.
100%.
Awesome. Very cool. Very cool.
Total nerd out.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Over
cool.
over something very specific, so it should be awesome.
Right on. Very, very cool. Well, let's play a couple more if we got time. Maybe
we do.
Let me see. Let me dial in one here, and I will also need to check the level on it because I did reboot the old Roadcaster here. So give me just a moment.
I've been spending a fair bit of time in the office just because of tenders and all that sort of thing. So I have to always pull my computer so it's turn off the Roadcaster. So you never know what you're going to get when you fire it back up.
Yeah, it's almost like you just got to go into each track that you've done and just kind of adjust it at that point.
Yeah.
But let's rock and roll with this one here. Let's see.
Thank
Jesus
Right on,
fucking
right on.
Christ, Randy.
He's
Fuck
bringing it,
me.
isn't he?
You're on top of it, man, on that
He's
one.
just
Just
bringing
killing it.
I don't even know what the fuck I played. The track was blowing my eardrums out. So
Yeah, it
Well,
was
there you
loud
go.
as fuck. But fuck, man, you were shredding. That was awesome, man.
That was cool, man. That's where it is. You just got to let it flow out of you, and then that's when the best stuff comes out, man.
Sometimes it helps when you can't hear what you're doing.
Right? Yeah. I don't know what it is, but all the levels show that they were where they're supposed to be. I couldn't
You're
really
always-
hear myself either.
Your tracks always seem to be a little bit, but not over the top, but a little bit above.
A little bit hot.
You're
That
the
track-
host or something.
that track in particular is usually a bit hot.
Well, we'll see if we can't figure that out in the future. Let's see. We've got channel member Nelson Rodriguez has jumped in. Right on. Good to see you, Nelson.
Living well.
Let's see. We also have channel member Jimmy Ray Hawkins is here. Jimmy, good to see you in the chat, sir. I hope all is well with you and family and friends and everybody doing fine. Thanks for jumping in, man. Good to see you. Uncle Dude is here. Good to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Let's see. Did I miss anybody else that recently has jumped in? I don't think so. If I have, just say something down there in the chat and we will say hello. But
I got a question.
yeah, man.
Where the fuck is R2?
I was
just
going to ask
popped
you
out?
guys the same thing.
I just noticed he's gone.
Maybe
Oh, yeah,
his
that was about 20 minutes ago.
maybe his internet died or something. I don't know.
There was no note
Or his
in the
grandmother,
chat.
or-
There's nothing in the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group.
Oh, you
Just
must-
Irish goodbye.
Must have had a birthday party to get to. Who knows?
Maybe he
Something.
pooped his pants.
Could be. Well, let's see.
I got a question.
Yeah, man.
Jimmy, is that the Bogner module?
Nope.
Okay.
Is that going to be a Tuesday thing, man?
No.
No.
Nope.
In and out
For
and
someone
gone.
to ask.
The Bogner. I'm just gonna say this.
He
The
sent it back.
Bogner Uberschall is a completely different beast, and it is meant for really drop tune guitars.
Listening, Matt?
So, being that said, as I'm working on a drop B song
There we go. There's the
specifically for
debut.
it, because
There's going to be a presentation.
the thing has so much gain. I mean, so much gain. It's stupid.
Now, I wonder how well that module compares to the real amp, because I've played a many of Uberschalls, and they sound great in standard tuning or E flat or whatever, but you've got to know how to dial those things in.
Yeah,
Because-
it is.
Typical Bogners, they've got a thing in the low mids
Yep.
that you've got to learn to control and
Yep.
mess around
These-
with.
So
I never could.
When I first plugged
Jeff
it in,
T,
started
what's up?
playing it, is they're very, very noisy.
Flying Line Hawk 88. Good to see you.
So it's the same with the Uberschall, the Ecstasy, the Engel. They're all. I mean, you got noise issues to deal with. But
The Wild
I
Beast.
was able to dial in a sound. It's very open and stringy sounding.
Cool.
So it's going to take some work to find the right, the
Way to
right guitar.
integrate it.
It's just, I wasn't feeling it with, E standard and a half step down. It's like, oh my God. I mean, it's when you go from 0 to more gain than say like the SLO has by the time you hit 1.
And that's a lot of gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, cool. I mean, you got a purpose for it, and you're prepared to use it for it. So cool.
It'll stay. I've already tried it with a drop B guitar, and I mean it's funny because it's tight and woofy at the same time.
Woofy.
Right.
That's
They've
that
got
low
a-
mid thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Deputy Van Halen, good to see you. Welcome in, man.
Hey, man.
Those amps, the Uberschall, the Ecstasy, the Engel stuff, the Savage, they lend themselves to players whose pick attack and their touch is on the brighter side. So like E.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with that low wolf because it brings in low end that I don't have in my natural playing style.
Yeah, I couldn't dial out that low mid thing in my 101 that I had. wasn't. Be great if that wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool module.
That's all.
So let's start wrapping things up, boys. You guys have any Van Halen cool licks or anything that's some of your favorites? We can just kind of play out with that kind of thing, or
Van Halen licks?
yeah, something you got. Like I'll get started. I mean, you guys have anything you want to add in? Some of your favorite cool licks like that? Anybody?
John's a little suggestion. 7 over 8. J over here to do that for us.
Yeah, man. There we go. I hadn't practiced on that one in a while. I wonder if something like that.
Yeah.
All his cool tricks and stuff he does, right?
Yeah.
Always liked his
that last night.
how he would always liked his little
Yeah,
he would do
yeah,
something like that. That was always cool.
yeah. And of course, one of the best riffs of all time. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what he does right there.
I'm not
All
drunk.
is cool, all that cool stuff, man.
Yeah, Pete Estevez, sucker in a 3.
So many good ones. So many good ones. Oh yeah, and obviously, who can forget?
the section before the solo in AFU, where he's on like that Hetfield,
that's
that
killer,
Hetfield
man.
downstroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All great stuff. Right on, man. Woo. Well, on that note, what do you say we get on out of here, boys?
Go out on a high, man.
Go out on a high.
Here's where we're on the precipice.
We're right at it. If we keep going, we're going to. So, no, I think we had a great show today. A lot of good tribute stuff for the king, Mr. Edward Van Halen. And, you know, it's amazing how many, you go to all the guitar channels around the community, and I can guarantee you on almost every show that you watch, Van Halen will be mentioned at some point in that show.
Very common thread.
Very common thread. You know, you go to Pete Thorne's, somebody's going to ask about, you know, an Eddie Tone. You go over to Ben's show, somebody's going to say something about Van Halen in the chat. You come over here, you're going to see all the Van Halen inspired rig.
You're going to get it whether you like it or not.
You're going to get it whether you like it or not. You know, over at most anybody's channel, even Charles 75N, chatting with Charles, you know, the obligatory first question, how did you get your start with guitar playing? A lot of times, you know, Eddie's name comes up. So inspiring for all the guitar players that we know in our community, for me personally, and just a big old shout out to Eddie Van Halen, man.
It's a hell of a lot of noise going on there.
Yeah, I hear that too. I'm not sure what that is, where that's coming from.
I think it's coming from you, brother.
Is it? Maybe it is. Maybe I had the phaser on right there. That's what it was.
Phaser.
The phase whore.
Starting to crest the hill, buddy.
starting to go. So, all right. So once again, thank everybody for coming. Appreciate everybody hanging out.
Great time today, guys.
Tuesday
I'm not doing Tuesday because of the.
Yep. Tuesday's show. We will not have a show on Tuesday. We've got Tone Talk that will be doing a very, very popular theme show with Jake E. Lee. So they're going to walk all over our time frame. So we all want to be there and watching it anyway.
Exactly.
So no show on Tuesday. I may put up a banner that says no show tonight. But,
redirect over to Tone Talk.
Yeah. Want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. And we will see everybody again here on, well, I don't know if maybe Under the Bus doesn't do a show on Wednesday. Maybe we'll jump in there. But Thursday will be our normally scheduled return show, and we will see everybody then, 8:05 p.m. Eastern for Trans-Trim Thursday. And until then, we will catch everybody later. And again, a little tribute here for Edward Van Halen. We'll see everybody next time.
Eddie Van Halen here, telling you, keep playing, man. Gotta keep playing. It's the only thing there is. Music, man. Keep playing. All right? I'm gonna come looking for you if you don't.